box. You opened it. We came.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're discussing the origins of Pinhead from the Hellraiser franchise.
It's time.
For this video, we're going over the iconic Cenobites' horror history from page to screen, including the backstory and terrifying characterization. What's your favorite Pinhead quote? Let us know in the comments. It bears noting that the version of Pinhead that made it to the screen in 1987's Hellraiser is a bit different from Clive Barker's original source material. This falls in line with the reimagining Pinhead has received once again in the latest Hulu reboot. But first things first, let's start at the beginning.
We have such sights to show you.
The character of Pinhead actually isn't named as such within Barker's novella, The Hellbound Heart. This is despite much of the book's plot translating rather well to the author's adapted screenplay.
Who are you?
Explorers in the further regions of experience. Demons to some, angels to others.
The Hellbound Heart iteration of Pinhead is nameless, before later earning the title of Hell Priest. This latter moniker isn't canonized until 2015's The Scarlet Gospels novel, however, as the Pinhead nickname was actually something developed on set by crew and soon popularized among fans.
He's got pins in his head.
Barker himself reportedly hated the nickname, feeling that it detracted from his intended depiction of this lead Cenobite as something truly menacing, far removed from cliché horror tropes of the day. In fact, Pinhead isn't even the leader of the Cenobites in the Hellbound Heart, but instead beholden to the rule of the Engineer, the only otherworldly being given a name in this original novel. Pinhead's description is also a bit different, with its face and tongue being adorned with jeweled pins, as opposed to the nails that would be popularized in the film version. Additionally, Pinhead is described as having a, quote, light and breathy voice, like that of, quote, an excited girl. This literary description of Pinhead stands in stark contrast to the actor who would eventually become synonymous with the role on screen, Doug Bradley.
Jesus Christ!
Not quite.
Bradley's booming British voice is commanding, a stately and authoritarian presence that gives Pinhead a certain regality. Barker, when directing Hellraiser, was said to have been inspired by Christopher Lee's iconic portrayal of Count Dracula for Hammer Studios. As a result, Bradley and Barker created a Pinhead with an austere and slightly seductive presence that doesn't come across, at least immediately, with emotional malice.
You solved the box. We came. Now you must come with us. Taste our pleasures.
The Cenobites, particularly in the first two films, are presented this way, possessing a certain moral ambiguity where their violence is directed primarily at those who desirously summon them via the Lament configuration puzzle box. This construction, known as the Le Marchand configuration, summons Pinhead and the Cenobites to collect their victims and reveal to them the outer limits of pain and pleasure. To quote Pinhead himself,
No. It is not hands that call us. It is desire.
it isn't until Hellraiser 3: Hell on Earth where Pinhead is described on screen with his famous moniker.
More friends. Come to play with you, Joey.
Play with this Pinhead!
This is also the film where the character takes a true turn for wickedness, causing chaos and destruction right from the jump. This is due to Pinhead's backstory being expanded in the franchise's first sequel, Hellbound: Hellraiser 2.
It's you!
Nonsense.
It's you! You haven't always been this way. You were human.
It's revealed here that Pinhead was a World War I captain named Elliot Spencer, who first summoned the Cenobites with the puzzle box in order to join their ranks. Spencer/Pinhead is given redemption at the finale of Hellbound, but this is short-lived, and this new Pinhead for Hell on Earth has been stripped of Spencer's moral compass.
Oh, I enjoy making you bleed. and I'll enjoy making you enjoy it.
It's with this third entry that Pinhead and the Cenobites begin to enter the slasher villain conversation. They become recurring presences that lack the motivational depth of the first two films, and instead serve as background forces pushing on in each unrelated sequel.
Things seem to have changed.
Hell is more ordered since your time, Princess, and much less amusing.
The Hellraiser franchise would only see one more film receiving a theatrical release, Hellraiser Bloodline, with further sequels going direct to video. Bradley would reprise the role of Pinhead in many of these sequels, but not all, with 2011's Hellraiser Revelations and 2018's Hellraiser Judgment featuring other actors doing their best to walk in Bradley's shoes.
You know nothing of suffering. I welcome its warm embrace. I exist only to share its meaning. Sin and suffering are my dominion.
This has proven difficult, as most Hellraiser fans associate the character of Pinhead very closely with Bradley, to the point where the pair feels nearly inseparable. It's very much a Robert Englund Freddy Krueger sort of situation, where the makeup and the man have gone on to define their respective characters.
I am the way.
Still, the casting of actress Jamie Clayton as Pinhead for the 2022 adaptation of The Hellbound Heart fits with the description of the character in the novella. So does the new aesthetic, which returns to the original idea of pins rather than nails.
What is it you pray for?
Barker was reportedly inspired by early punk rock from the 1970s when designing Pinhead, a devilish mixture of safety pin fetishes and body modification culture that Barker witnessed while traveling in America and the Netherlands. The exposed flesh around the neck of Jamie Clayton's version also recalls the female Cenobite in the earlier films, who had an open gash in her throat. Doug Bradley has said that he is, quote, blown away by the redesign.
Don't flee from yourself. If you have a quality, be proud of it. Let it define you, whatever it is.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. It remains to be seen whether or not fans will ever truly accept anyone other than Doug Bradley as Pinhead. The character, unlike Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees, cannot hide behind a mask. Yet at the same time, nothing lasts forever, not even our horror heroes.
I cannot die. I am forever.
New generations will always rise up and try to do something different, while hopefully honoring the past. Bradley may always be Pinhead to the legions of Hellraiser fans out there, but it's the character's origins as an insidiously inspired icon of horror that remain eternal.
But please, feel free. Explore. We have eternity to know your flesh.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.